Sunshine, what do you need at this time of night?
Solstice? Hey, stranger. Can I come in? Yeah. Is that blood? That's not yours. What's going on? I need a minute to breathe. Can I wash my hands? Sure, you can use the kitchen sink if you want to. Thanks. So, how's Sunshine doing? Don't the two of you text each other? Time's been getting away from me as of late. So, they've been good. They're planning to switch to another track at Hive, so they've been fairly busy. Solstice, look, could you... I just spent the last 10 minutes dealing with Face giving me a hard time. Can we just, for a sec, pretend like I'm just here saying hi or something? Alright. Do you at least want to sit down? Yeah. You were the only Cupid I knew for sure was an Emerald. I wouldn't have bothered you otherwise, I swear. I know it's real late and you got better things to do than deal with me. Like what? I don't know. You pick up any hobbies since you've been here? You could do... I don't know, sewing or some shit? You any good at that? I've never ventured to attempt it, so I wouldn't know. Oh, so you're busy being lame when you're not with the coterie. You're calling me lame because I'm not skilled at sewing? Nah, I'm calling you lame because you don't do anything. As if you're busy doing anything with your time. First off, rude as shit. Second, how do you know what I'm up to, huh? I only ever see you at coterie shit. Not that I'm trying to push you, because I'm not. You do your own thing, and that's fine. I get it, Solstice. Relax, it's not like you're busting down my door because I don't want to attend a social or something. Just making sure you know that I would never pull some shit like that. I know. The fuck does that mean? You know what? I don't want to know. So you really don't do nothing else when you're not meeting with us? I leave occasionally to feed, but otherwise, no. Is that really such a surprise? I mean, a little. At least comparing it to what the rest of the coterie gets up to. What could they possibly do when they're not doing desire work? Give me one example. Oh, I can hit you with several examples. For starters, Imogen is usually busy hitting up clubs and shit trying to see how many humans will end up flirting with her in one night. And Sawyer? Well, okay, so he's taken a liking to modeling for some vilified agency in his off time. The two of them are amorites. Doing stuff like that almost guarantees them getting the desires they want. That's not applicable to me. Well, Darcy also does more, and they're a plastic just like you. They usually go through them stuffy antique shops trying to find something interesting to take back to Remo. So, as I said, I got plenty of examples. You're the lame one. I'd still consider these to be outlying examples. And your logic for that is... Your coterie is an outlier as is. After all, every member was hand-picked rather than assigned. You're not the type to follow the standard. I don't know if I should take offense or not. There's a compliment embedded somewhere in there. Yeah, I bet. You know what I've realized recently? What's up? To my knowledge, not a single member of the coterie has once pointed out how unwarranted your pocket watch is when you have a phone with you majority of the time. I know you didn't just insult my baby. All I'm saying is, what's the reasoning behind having it when you already have another item that does the same job and then some? First off, let's run some things back real quick. My watch ain't some random item. It is a well-treasured possession of mine. And maybe I like having it anyways. It's easier to keep on my person, it's way prettier than my phone, and, more than anything, I look hot as hell with it hooked on my hip. Oh, are you disputing this fact? Hold on a sec. Let me just have a word with my watch real quick. Yeah. What? Oh, see, I'm just confirming with my watch that you're being a little bitch to it. Are you serious right now? Romeo, my dearest Placid, have you ever seen me without this watch? Nah, you haven't, so of course I'm being serious. As serious as I can be, I guess. Hey, I got a question for you. There are ways to get my attention that aren't you nudging me with your foot, you know? Ain't as effective. Anyways, I've been wondering for a while now, how the fuck does a Cupid like yourself get into desire work? I know it ain't restricted to classification since you can help in all sorts of ways, but like, you don't seem to like anyone for the most part. That is not true. I'm merely selective about the company I readily invite into my life. However, I suppose that the primary reason why I got into desire work is because it seemed more interesting than merely existing as a Cupid. My specialty isn't particularly useful in any other setting, so I thought to myself, why not try to help some non-Cupids in the meantime? And you actually enjoyed yourself? Why is that so hard to believe? It ain't hard to believe, just interesting. But go on, I like hearing you talk. More than yourself? Will you just go on, Romeo? I don't think that I was getting out of it what I could have been. At least not compared to what I see when shadowing Darcy. My previous desire work was fairly monotonous. And honestly, I still loved what I did. It wasn't about being able to choose what case I was assigned or even working with the other members of that coterie. It was about seeing the good that I was able to create with my abilities. And what's that look? It's nothing. I was just thinking. Thinking about what? I mean, I just feel like it's been a while since I've seen you that happy about anything Cupid related, at least. Can you blame me? Of course not. But you were the one asking what was on my mind. Fair enough. Hey, I have a question for you now. Oh? You're dying to get to know me? Sure, let's call it that. What made you choose to be the head of a coterie? Oh. Shit, I wasn't expecting you to ask something like that. I thought you hit me with a, what's your favorite food or something. For future reference, it's most seafood, but I guess let me answer your actual question. Full transparency, I never actually joined a coterie prior to asking to lead one. Which sounds fucking wild, I know. I don't know, I was never put in that position. But I saw plenty of them. Massive ones, small ones. You watch them operate long enough, you start to pick up on how they run. I mean, there was just something about the way the heads would just, know their shit. They were oozing this confidence while being formal, speaking to the council about whatever they had to. And every time I'd see them, I would think to myself, damn, there's no way I could ever do some shit like that. 'Cause, come on, just look at me. I'm just a thermid that happens to have some gold eyes. I ain't even have any friends inside or outside of Remo. The fuck would I know about a coterie? Then there was this one day where I was dealing with some stuff, doesn't matter. Left Remo for a bit to get away from it all. And while I'm busy trying to get my emotions back in check, this guy comes up to me, in tears, asking for help. The first thought that crossed my mind was, the fuck, he can see me, I'm in my true form. But then I read his field. Derivative. So I'm like, I was wrong, and he starts explaining how he's freaking out because he got a stagnant boyfriend and he panicked when trying to tell him about magic. This promptly led to him bolting and getting lost. That certainly is something. Hey, don't be mean, he was having a rough night. So, anyway, I'm like, you gotta go back, if for no other reason than to not stress your partner. And I offered to walk back with him. Mind you, we've known each other for about 5 minutes at this point. So while we're walking, I asked what was stressing him out so much about telling him he's vivified in the first place. Check this out. Floodgates open. He starts telling me all this stuff that he had been holding on to, about past relationships, about his family, all sorts of shit. And I just took it all in, because I could feel his field getting lighter as he spoke. Felt like the equivalent of a full body exhale. So after that, we end up finding his partner. They go off into the night. I wish him well. Next few days, I can't stop thinking about that night. I never realized I could have that kind of influence on anyone, and that was wild to me. Eventually, I approached the council asking to try this coterie stuff for myself. Of course, there were rules given my circumstances, but they said yeah. Just like that, I was part of a coterie, trying to find ways to help people, and I was supposed to be great at it. What are you talking about? You're great with your clients, Solstice. Hey, what is it? Is it cool if I tell you about why I showed up on your doorstep? Yes. What happened? A couple weeks ago, one of my clients mentioned something to me about some shitty person from their past that they almost ran into. They assured me that they were fine, no fuss, no foul. I didn't believe them, because it's my job to make sure that they're set. So I told them that if they ever needed me for anything, that they could call me. And they kept saying they were fine, but I just knew some shit was up. I just felt it. This morning, I did my divination like usual. It's only ever so accurate since I'm not a divinator, I get these impressions of significant times or places associated with points in the day. And majority of the time, I'm on top of checking my watch and keeping track of said points. But today I lost focus, and I got to their place a few minutes later than I meant to. The door won't lock, and I just got this sick fucking feeling in my stomach. And when I walked in, they were lying on the ground, unconscious. They were bleeding out, and I was panicking because they needed to get to a healer, but I don't know how to teleport another person, and I can't do healing magic. I ain't skilled like that. So I called Face, and they were so busy telling me to lower my fucking voice that they didn't even care that there was someone dying in my arms. Like, you'd think that would be a pressing concern. So I make a judgment call, and I grab my client, getting them out to try and get to Face as quickly as possible by myself. I finally make it to the building. I start trying to tell them what injuries I saw when they start interrogating me right then and there, asking shit like, how the fuck do I know what the injuries are if I weren't the one to inflict them? They fucking... They did that to you. What happened to your client? Are they okay? I don't know. They ain't tell me shit. They just took him away from me and threatened to inform... Oh, fuck. Fuck. I gotta go. I shouldn't be here. What do you mean? They're gonna report me to the council. Door Divinity. They're gonna fucking summon me. It was an honest mistake. You're a Cupid, not omniscient. They're not gonna see it that way. You're not getting it. I gotta be perfect with my work in Emerald. No slip-ups, no errors, no rule breaking. I had to beg the council to let me do this work, and I'm supposed to be proving to them that I got this, that I'm handling it. And now one of my own clients is injured under my watch. They're gonna make an example out of this. They have to. Solstice? I can't do it. I don't want him near me again. Last time was bad enough. I didn't mean to fuck up so soon. I tried to be better. I'm trying as hard as I can, but it ain't enough. Let me help you. No! You shouldn't even be here. I shouldn't be talking to you. I shouldn't have told you any of this. I'm fucking up your rehabilitation every second I'm here, and you can't afford that right now. I need to leave. fucked.